This Switchbot S10 is a totally unique approach to robot vacuuming. So of course, we gotta test it. First, the Switchbot S10 has 2 completely separate base stations. Why? It's one of the first robots that can fill itself up with clean water, go do some mopping, and then come back and dump the dirty water. And that's because it connects directly to your plumbing system. This is the back of the water base station. So in addition to coming with a cat pre-installed, you get 2 separate water lines. You've got one that connects, you got the white one that connects to your water supply, and then you get this dark one which connects to your drain. But if you don't want to connect it to your home plumbing system, it actually comes with this separate piece which fits right on top. And this piece has a separate dirty water tank and a separate clean water tank. So in this video, I'm going to show you how it works in this standalone mode. Then you got a second base station, which is going to be used to charge the robot, empty the dirt into a separate bag, which comes out like this. And it's also going to be able to dry the mop pad, which we'll talk about in a second. Switchbot sent me this S10, but they haven't told me or him what to say. They haven't paid me, and this video is not sponsored. Now, Switchbot says that you should be able to connect both of these lines to your plumbing system in about 10 minutes. It's not something I'm gonna do for this video because I'm not particularly plumbingly inclined, but that's what they're saying. Now, you also don't need to power this because when the robot comes up here, it's gonna connect to these 2 contacts, and it's gonna give this enough power to fill up and drain itself. So this should make it the ultimate low maintenance robot. It's gonna go to the water station, fill it up from your water line or the canister. Then after it mops and vacuums, it's gonna return to the water station. It's gonna empty the dirty water it collected, and then it's gonna head over to the other base station and empty the dirt and charge up. The S10 is one of the few robots that you can get that actually has a mopping roller. So the roller mop comes out like this, and it's got this little spindle over here. Pretty easy to clean. You've also got a side brush, and then you've got a pretty typical anti-tangle rubber center roller type, which is gonna get the hair and the dirt and put it right into the center of the robot. Also pretty easy to clean. So the S10 is one of the small handful of robots that actually uses a mop roller. Most other robot manufacturers use a spinning style pair of mop pads or a vibrating pad. The S10 is actually one of the few robot vacuums that actually washes the mop as it's mopping. And quick side note, vacuum manufacturers, please give your robots some unique names. There are other letters in the alphabet other than S and X. So how does it actually clean the mop roller while it's vacuuming and doing its job? So the mop roller spins at 300 RPM, and as it's mopping, it's spraying fresh water onto the mop roller. Again, there are only a small number of robots that do this, and at this price point, I think this is probably the least expensive. So let's see how it works with real-world mopping. When I put down some soy sauce and some almond milk, it seems to do a pretty solid job just picking it up and leaving no residue. And that's the advantage of this style where it's actually cleaning the roller as it's going through your house because it's not moving the dirt around on the floor, it's actually picking up the dirt. Now we're gonna find out how well it picks up on hardwood. We're gonna sprinkle 20 grams of sand. I've set it to 2 passes with maximum suction. Let's see what percentage it picks up. Let's check out the results. That is 100%, pretty good. And the same test on carpet. 20 grams of sand, 2 passes with maximum suction. Let's see what we got. That is 90%, pretty solid. So I put down some cat hair and also some cereal and other stuff, and let's see how anti-tangle the brush roll is. Let's see how anti-tangle this looks. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I don't see a lot of pet hair tangles in here. I'd call that a solid result. Now, if I'm on the floor, you know, either 2 things have happened. Either I've had too much to drink or it's time for the obstacle course. Now, the Switchbot S10 is a LiDAR-based system. As far as I know, there's no camera on here, so it's not going to be able to really detect a lot of smaller objects like power cords and stuff like that. But for bigger stuff, I think it's going to be pretty good. We got ourselves a shoe, a bowl, a Barbie, remote, and a bunch of cat hair. I'm thinking, let's put a power cord down, see what happens. Looking at the app, you can see in the obstacle course, it definitely recognized the shoe and the remote control and I guess the Barbie over here. But like a lot of robot vacuums that don't have cameras on them, it didn't really do a very good job with the power cord, and that is kind of expected. Also, it just took its sweet time going around the obstacles. I don't think it liked them very much. Switchbot, of course, has an app for your phone, but I'm going to show you on my iPad just because it's a little bit easier to film. So I've got this room set up here. You can see you can pinch and zoom pretty easily. You can set up the suction power. You can tell it to vacuum and mop or just vacuum. You can set up how much water you want it to use. And of course, you can do custom cleaning. You can add different maps for different floors pretty easily, and you can set it up on a schedule. And when you go into carpet, you can have it increase the amount of suction. Also, it will adapt to carpets and lift the mop roller when it finds a carpet. So here are my final thoughts on the Switchbot S10. If you're looking for a home robot that is going to be able to fill itself up with water and also empty itself into your drain system, this is clearly one of the only robots that does that right now. It is pretty good at mopping. It has pretty solid pickup on both carpet and hardwood. It has a good app and it's pretty anti-tangle. Navigation is pretty average for a robot that doesn't have a camera. If you got a lot of cords around your house, you definitely want to put them away. Switchbot is a home automation company, and that means they're going to be able to support HomeKit via Matter. Matter is a new home automation standard that you're going to find in Google products and also Alexa. I've seen it sometimes for some pretty serious discounts on Amazon, so if you can get this for a discounted price, I think it's definitely worth your consideration. There's more robot vacuums right here. See you in the next one.